Hey guys, I hope you're all doing good. It's lovely to see you all again. We're going to make a start in child's pose today. So bring your big toes together and your knees out slightly wider if that feels comfortable. And then allow your hips to drop down towards your heels. Walk the hands forwards and let the forehead come and rest down against the earth. Take a couple of slow grounding breaths here, just clearing the energy and allowing yourselves to really arrive on your mat, settling into this space and settling into this exact moment. Start to press down through the hands, pushing back slightly just to encourage the hips to drop down towards the heels even more. Use that connection with your breath to let the chest completely sink down towards the earth, creating space in the shoulders, the back of the rib cage. And then take a big breath in through your nose. Open the mouth and release it out with a little sigh. Beautiful. From your child's pose, walk your hands off to the right hand side. You can either place your left hand on the back of the right, or you can just over-exaggerate the reach of the left fingertips. Don't worry if your torso has followed suit and is draping over your right thigh, that's not a problem. Keep trying to glue that left hip back towards your heel to really open up the space down the left-hand side of the body. Take one more big breath here. And then walk the hands back via center and take them straight over to the left-hand side this time. This time either placing the right hand on the back of the left or just really making sure that you reach through those right fingertips especially. You can let the torso and the belly drape down over the left thigh this time. You should feel this lovely side body opening all the way down the right hand side of the body from the fingertips to the hip crease. One more breath here. And then walk the hands back to center. Press down firmly through those palms and start to walk the hands back towards you. Stack the shoulders on top of your hips and slide the knees together so that they're almost connected. If this doesn't feel comfortable, just place a cushion or a blanket underneath your hips. And then we're going to interlace the fingers, and as you inhale, press the palms away from you. Drop your chin down towards your chest, hollow through the spine, and press the back body towards the back of the mat. On your next inhale, start to lift the arms up, following the hands with your gaze, and really press the chest up towards the sky. Awesome. Keeping this elevation through the spine, release the hands and create this big backstroke motion, letting the arms drop all the way down, taking your time. And then interlace the hands behind the glutes. Use a breath in to draw the fist down and away from the sit bones, and then really lift the chest up towards the sky once again, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Awesome. I love this way of opening up through the spine. So let's do this one more time. Interlace the hands in front of you. Press the palms away. Think cat pose with your spine as you dome through the whole back body, dropping the chin down towards the chest and drawing your belly button back towards the spine. On your next inhale, lift the arms, following the hands with your gaze, pressing the heart forwards, opening up through the front side of the body. And then keeping this elevation, release the grip of the hands and just let them slowly, slowly release all the way down behind you. Keep on taking out my plant. Interlace the hands behind your back. Draw the fist down towards the earth and then start to lift it away from your back body, and use this to really open up into the shoulders, the chest, and activate the upper back. Awesome. Slowly release the bind of the hands. You can give the arms a little bit of a shake out here. And then just shift your weight forward slightly so that you can lift up the feet and tuck all 10 toes under. You might need to use a little bit of help from your hands here to just make sure that those little toes are joining in. And if this already feels like plenty, stay where you are. If you can though, stack your shoulders on top of your hips once again. Now, to distract us from what's going on in the feet, I know it's super intense, reach your right arm all the way up to the sky. Then take a bend through your right elbow and use the left hand to draw the right elbow back. Try not to flare out through the lower ribs too much, so keep knitting the ribs down towards the hips. And if you're here and you feel like you're not getting a huge amount from this and you've got the space, and you can reach around with the left fingertips and see if you can take the bind. Try to keep your head and neck in alignment with the spine. One more breath here. And then slowly, slowly releasing, let the left fingertips drop down to the earth on the left-hand side, and use an inhale to reach your right arm up and over. Perhaps take the gaze up towards the ceiling, just opening up even more down the right-hand side of the body. Awesome. Slowly come back to center. This time reach your left arm up to the sky, bend through the left elbow. Right hand reaches up and takes hold of the left elbow, drawing it back so that you get that beautiful stretch down the left tricep. Maybe you have the space to reach the right arm up and take hold of the left hand. Keep breathing. And then release whatever bind you have. Let the right fingertips float down to the mat on the right hand side. Use a big breath in to reach the left arm up and over, and lift your gaze up towards the sky. Amazing. As you inhale, make your way back to a neutral spine. Release the fingertips down to the earth, and then just press down through the fingertips, rolling onto the heels, extending through the legs, and coming to find your ragdoll at the back of the mat. So you can take hold of opposite elbows with opposite hands here, maybe finding a gentle little sway from side to side. Now we want to try and keep the belly and the tops of the thighs connected here. So if you're struggling and you've got very tight hamstrings, this might mean that you've got a big bend in your knees, but that's okay. This allows you to roll the weight into the balls of the feet and really concentrate on lifting the sit bones up towards the sky, and then you'll get this amazing stretch down the back of your hamstrings. Whereas if your legs are straight and your back is super rounded, you're not going to get anywhere anytime soon. So again, just having a little bit of a sway here, keeping that connection between the belly and the thighs. And then come back to find center. Let the left fingertips drop down to the earth just in front of the left toes. Take a big bend through your left knee, straighten through the right leg, and use an inhale to reach the right arm up to the sky. Breathe here. Find length down the right-hand side of the torso. You can either look out towards the side or up towards the right arm, whatever feels more comfortable on your neck. On your next inhale, float the right fingertips down, bend through the right knee, straighten through the left leg. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. Awesome. As you exhale, release the left hand down. Inhale to find your halfway lift. Hands can connect with the shins. Press the chest forwards, roll the shoulders down and away from the ears, reach through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, reconnect the hands with the earth, walking them forwards, bending through the knees and coming to find your tabletop position. You can untuck the toes here, find length along the spine, wrists under shoulders, hips under knees. And as you inhale, send the tailbone up high, let the belly drop. Press the heart forwards and lift your gaze, feeling that activation of the shoulder blades and the muscles across the top of the back. As you exhale, reverse this movement, sending the tailbone down towards the back of your knees, hugging the belly button back, pressing through the hands, drawing your chin to chest. Inhaling, coming to find your cow pose, opening up through the front of the body. Exhaling to your cat pose, really lengthening down the back body, pressing through those hands. One more. Good job, guys. Come back to find your neutral spine. Tuck your right toes under and slide the right foot to the back of the mat. Press through your hands, push down through the ball of your foot, and press your right heel towards the back of the mat. Getting this really good stretch and opening down the back of the right calf. From here, shift the weight forward slightly once again. Let your right heel drop down to the mat so that the outside edge of your right foot is running parallel with the short edge of the mat. You can let your left foot come slightly behind your left knee to help you with the balance, and then use an inhale to stack your right hip on top of your left and reach the right arm all the way up and overhead. Now you can either keep the right arm extended up towards the sky, or you can reach it towards the front of the mat, whatever feels best for you. Breathe into the right hand side of the body here, creating space in between the side ribs. Press your hips forwards by keeping an activation to that left glute especially. Amazing. On your next inhale, switch on the outside of your right hip and lift your right leg up. Pause here. I know it's strong. This requires a lot of strength from the obliques, those side core muscles, and also in the outside of the hip. Now, if it feels available to you, take a bend through your right knee, reach around with your right hand, take hold of the outside edge of your right foot, and press the foot into the hand so that you get this beautiful opening through the front side of the body. Squeeze that right glute. Try and keep length through the neck and the whole of the spine. 2 more breaths here. Press down firmly through that left hand so you're not collapsing through the shoulder. Amazing. Slowly release the right foot, re-extend the right leg out long, and re-extend the right arm up and overhead. This time, as you exhale, draw your right knee to your right elbow, squeezing those obliques, working the core muscles. Inhale to re-extend. Try not to rush. Slow these movements down. 2 more like this. Exhaling, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. Last one, knee to elbow. Now this time, keep your right knee connected with your right elbow. Take the gaze up to the front of the mat and see if you can slowly step your right foot to meet your left hand. And as you inhale, reach both arms up to the sky, low lunge. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee coming into your high lunge. Keep that length all the way down the lower back, so try not to just collapse through the hips and press them forwards. Keep grounding down through your right foot here. On your next exhale, bring your left arm forwards, right arm back, coming into a twist. Holding here for just 1 more breath. Keep lifting up through the spine. Amazing. And then release your left hand down to the inside of the right foot and reach your right arm all the way up to the sky. Easy twist. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Keep lifting that back hip up. 1 more breath here. On your exhale, let the right hand float back down to the earth, framing your right foot. Press through both hands and step your right foot back to meet the left, coming into our first downward facing dog. If you'd like to here, you can take a couple of rounds of breath, just pedaling out through the feet. Really try to prioritize that length along the spine, grounding down evenly through the whole palm of the hands, not just the outside edge. And then come back to find stillness. Rebend through the knees, let them drop down to the earth, coming back to find your tabletop position. Take a round of your cat-cow here, so inhaling to arch through the spine, opening through the heart, lifting the gaze. When you're in this position, try not to collapse through the shoulders. Keep pushing the earth away from you and elevating out of those shoulder joints. As you exhale, dome and round through the spine. Awesome. Come back to find neutral. This time, tuck those left toes under and slide your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Press down firmly through both hands, sending the weight out through that left heel so that you get this beautiful stretch down the back of the left calf. If you're a runner, this will feel really good. Beautiful. And then bring the weight forward slightly. Let the left heel drop down to the mat this time. You can use your right foot to support you as you stack your left hip on top of the right this time and use an inhale to reach the left arm all the way up to the sky. Option to stay as you are here or reach the left fingertips towards the top of the mat, just creating a little bit more expansion down the left-hand side of the body. Breathe here. Whenever you're ready, option to float the left leg up this time, switching on the muscles in the outside of the left hip and the left obliques. And then if you're here and it feels available, take a bend through your left knee, reach around with the left hand, see if you can find the outside of your left foot, and then start to press the left foot into your hand and use this to really open up into that left shoulder, the chest, the belly. Squeeze that left glute. Good job. One more breath. And then slowly, without any slingshotting of that leg, release the grip. Re-extend the left leg, re-extend the left arm. On your next exhale, draw your left knee to your left elbow. Take your time, move as though you are gliding through honey. Inhale to re-extend. 2 more like this. Exhale, knee to elbow. Switching on those side core muscles. They provide so much support for the spine. Exhaling, last time, knee to elbow. This time, keep them connected. Imagine they're glued together. Look to the front of the mat and then slowly step your left foot all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale to extend the arms up to the sky. Tuck your back toes under. Drive down through that left foot and the ball of the right and slowly lift the knee. Good job, guys. On your next exhale, right fingertips forwards, left fingertips back, coming into your twist. Breathe. On your next exhale, let your right hand drop down to the inside of the left foot. Inhale, reach the left arm up, coming into that easy twist. Amazing. Now this time, instead of coming back into our downward dog, place the left hand to the outside of your right hand and start to spiral around on the balls of the feet until the toes are pointing to the outside edge of your mat. So we're in this wide-legged forward fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen through the spine. Think flat back. And as you exhale, soften and bow down into your forward fold. You can bring the hands in line with the feet. You can take hold of opposite elbows with opposite hands and maybe have a little bit of a sway from side to side. Try to bring the weight into the balls of the feet here. So avoid just dumping into the heels. We want to keep it a little bit further forwards. Again, that's going to encourage a deeper stretch into the hamstrings. If you want to find a little bit of movement here, maybe a subtle sway from side to side. Beautiful, guys. On your next inhale, come back to find stillness and find that flat back once again. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips, keeping that length along the spine, and then slowly, slowly come all the way up to standing, keeping those legs out wide. We're going to turn the right toes towards the back of the mat, keeping that right leg extended and reaching the arms out wide. On your next inhale, reach through the right fingertips and let that left hip bump towards the front of the mat, or what is now the back of the mat. And then as you exhale, without folding forwards through the torso, start to let the right fingertips drop down towards the right shin or the inside of the ankle, maybe the big toe. Avoid just dumping all of your weight through that right hand and try to keep tucking this right hip under. We want to keep elongating both sides of the torso here, so we haven't got a C curve. We're keeping both sides of the waist completely parallel. You can either look out towards the left-hand side, or up towards the left hand, whatever feels better for you. One more big breath here. On your next inhale, push down through that right foot, switch on the side waist, windmill the arms all the way up and over, keeping that front leg extended, coming to find your reverse triangle. So how much length can you create between those right fingertips and the right toes? Keep supporting this with strong glutes. Awesome. On your next inhale, come all the way back up with the arms, reaching them out wide. Keep them here. Turn the right toes back so that they're pointing the long edge of the mat and moving straight onto the other side. So spiraling on the heel of your left foot. Left toes reach towards the top of the mat. Inhale to reach through the left fingertips, and as you exhale, let the left hand drop down either towards the shin or maybe the inside, and the right arm reaches up. Now, what we don't want to do is to just bend through the side body and create this big old C curve through the spine. We want to try and hinge at the hips, tucking this left hip under and generating as much length as we can down the side body. So all the way from the outside of that right hip up to our right armpit is completely flat. So if that means that you're a little bit higher in your torso, that's not a problem at all. Just come to wherever you can. One more breath here. Sorry for chatting. I know it's a strong pose. On your next inhale, press down through that left foot, switch on the side waist, windmill the arms all the way up, and reach the left fingertips up towards the sky, creating that beautiful length all the way down the left-hand side of the body. Awesome. This time as you inhale, draw the arms all the way up, and as you exhale, soften through that front knee, windmill the arms all the way down, press down through both hands, step your left foot back to meet the right, finding our first high plank, and then as you exhale, release the knees down, hug the elbows in, and slowly come all the way down onto your belly. Beautiful job, guys. Now, bring the elbows underneath your shoulders, coming briefly through a Sphinx pose with both forearms down onto the mat, pressing the heart forwards. We're going to take a bend through that right leg, and you can support yourself by shifting the left hand slightly closer towards the right hand here, and then press down through the left forearm to reach your right arm round and take hold of that right foot. You can start to draw the right heel in towards your glute. Keep pressing the right hip down towards the earth. So think about really spiraling the inside of your right thigh up towards the sky. If you want to change your grip so that the fingertips point towards the top of the mat, you might also get a little bit of a shoulder stretch, especially if you start to return your gaze to neutral. Beautiful. Slowly release that right foot. Once again, no slingshots, please. Place the right forearm back down onto the mat. You can create a little bit of a diagonal with the forearm, moving straight onto the other side, bending through the left leg, drawing that left foot in towards the glute. Press down through the front of your left hip. You'll get a much deeper stretch down the quadriceps, and then again, you can adjust the grip of your hand so that the fingertips are pointing towards the front of the mat, and then start to look forwards, and you'll get even more sensation down the front of that left thigh and maybe into your left shoulder as well. Wherever you are, keep pressing down through that right forearm. We're not collapsing and sagging into that right shoulder. Awesome. And then slowly as you can, release your left foot, coming back into that Sphinx pose. Take a big breath here and then lower yourself down onto the belly and onto the chest. Reach your right arm out wide, palm is facing down. Right ear drops down to the earth. And with the help of your left hand, just roll yourself onto the right hand side of the body, stacking left hip on top of right. When you're here, there's the option to bend through your left leg, placing the sole of the foot down onto the mat behind your right leg. On your next exhale, slowly start to unravel from your twist. Extend the left arm out wide this time. Left ear connects with the earth. And then you can use the right hand to roll yourself onto the left-hand side of the body, either keeping your right leg stacked on top of your left or taking a bend through your right knee and placing the sole of the right foot down onto the mat behind you. You should feel this down the front of your shoulder, the pectoral muscles, also the anterior deltoid. Amazing. And then slowly, slowly rolling all the way back down onto your belly. You can make a little pillow with your hands here and just let the hips sway from side to side. And then sliding the hands back underneath the shoulders, press down through the knees and slowly make your way back to a kneeling position. Hips connect with the heels, shoulders stack on top of the hips. Let the eyes come down to a close. Take a big breath in and a long, slow breath out. Observing how you feel in this exact moment. Bringing your hands to heart center, resting the thumbs lightly on your chest. Bow your head. Thank yourself, most importantly, for showing up for your practice today. And thank you so, so much for allowing me to guide you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys. Pleasure as always. If there's any more classes of mine that you would like to explore or check out, then please just follow the link below and that will take you to my website and my online membership. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you all next week.